Every New Year's Day we do a bike run, and it's like two runs merging into one. One run leaves Nottingham and one run leaves Leicester, and both runs merge at Derby. We pick up from all three places. This is Carnell's at Stapleford, just outside Nottingham. Parnell's and Big Rock now, big Harley dealers. This was the start of the Nottingham side of the New Year Day run. And this is the Victoria in Colville, which is will be the start of the Leicester side of the New Year's Day run. And the idea is that Leicester leave the Vic about 11 AM on New Year's Day morning. Nottingham leave Stapleford at 11:10, and hopefully we meet up about the same time at McDonald's car park in Derby. It's on the outer ring, and I think they call it Mark Eaton Park, which is the big roundabout. Well, here we are at Derby. Now we have a cup of the hot stuff. It's about 11:30 in the morning now, and we wait for the others to come. Now the Nottingham side has already arrived, so the Leicester side are taking the time. And we do is hang around and get to know everyone, natter, cup of tea, cup of the hot stuff, and leave about 12 noon. Right, this is the Leicester side of the run, just arriving. Thing with runs, you know, if you start out on a run, you always sort of get split up into groups or whatever, and it's difficult to still stay together. Especially on New Year's Day morning. I mean, it's hard to find anybody sober. I'm only kidding, obviously. Now we usually have a group photograph here, a wave and a natter, and just really to defrost yourself until you ride onto Matlock. Get all sorts of bikes come on the runs, sports bikes, touring bikes, old vintage stuff. This happens every New Year's Day. Everybody's welcome. It's not just a club run, you know. It's open to all bikers that are willing to brave the weather. Bikers that are well hard, or stupid, or both. We only do it if the weather's nice anyway. I mean, if the weather's the roads are icy, then we can do it. Just a rule of thumb, you know. Okay, so here we go. 76 hardy bikers are leaving for Matlock on a trouble-free, easy-going, full of fun afternoon out. Wrong. think we'll get the police to do this. I mean, we've stopped the traffic ourselves this year, and we've asked a few people off, so I think we'll ask the old Bill next year if they'll give us a hand. A few irate car drivers. Well, you get them anyway, don't you? This is the S, is it Wattsdownwell, crosses River Derwent, about halfway to Matlock. Now, this could be one of them times where we could play that game they do on Question of Sport. You know, they show you a clip of film and stop it just before the finale and ask what happens next. I mean, did a lady biker crash and was rushed to hospital with a broken nail? Did a male poser bike waving to some girls go straight into the back of a manure cart? Did we all break down simultaneously, have abort the run? Or by some freak chance a lorry and a busload of pensioners have a head-on in the middle of Matlock, Bath, and completely close the roads? Whatever the reason, we had to find a way over the hills, so to get to where we wanted to go, that's what we had to do. And that's what we wanted to get to, Matlock, Bath, the chippy and the pub. And as it turned out, it was the latter. Happy New Year. A busload of pensioners on a jolly, just like us really. Maybe they were bikers from another generation that used to come here on the Scott Flying Squirrels and BSA Bantams. Or if you were a poser in them days, a Bruff Superior, which I suppose could be on a par with today's R1. Out in a bus because the joints can't stand the cold anymore. And anyway, nobody's invented motorised Zimmers, so a bus is the only answer. And they've come to Matlock to rekindle some old memories from their biking youth, who knows. Get carried away here. I bet they weren't bikers at all. The main thing is that nobody was hurt, and it looked worse than it was, but it stopped all traffic flow for 5 hours. An accident in Matlock with no motorcycle involved. We heard somebody say that's leveled statistics out a bit.
I'm a biker, I don't like it. Is that all they got to do? Eat with it now? Look, TN actually, there you go, you're hiding now, yeah, he's got him right.
Well, here we are inside the fish pond at last. We've had us chips and peas, now for a pint, to tell a few jokes, a tale or two. Not all the bikers on the run made it. I suppose this will be one of them to remember in years to come, if we're on a bus trip with the OAP MCC, riding around Derbyshire with his wheelchairs stashed in the storage compartments of the bus passing through Matlock. Can you remember coming here on our bikes that New Year's Day when a bus and lorry had crashed and blocked the road? I bet not everybody does. Anyway, that's your lot.